This call is now being recorded.
Okay, I welcome you all to today's class. I hope you all have been good, and thanks for the congratulatory messages. Thanks for the congratulatory messages and all of that. I really do appreciate it. All right, without wasting our time, let's just pick up from where we stopped. In the last class, we talked about the indefinite article a and an, right? And I explained some things about the indefinite article a and an. I said for your indefinite article a and an, when we say indefinite, it means it is not talking about anything specific. It is not about a particular thing or a particular person. Rather, it can be anything or anyone. So when we say indefinite, something that is not definite, it is not specific. Now, I also made mention of when to use the indefinite article a and when to use indefinite article an. You use the indefinite article a. Excuse me, please. For indefinite article a, they are both used before singular countable nouns, that is nouns that can be counted. You use indefinite article a and an before singular countable nouns. Yes, I am not sharing my screen yet. That is why you're not seeing my screen. I'm just trying to explain what we did in the last class, just like a revision of what we did in the last class. Thank you. I will share my screen very soon. You're welcome. Okay. Like we already know that you do not use indefinite article a. You do not precede your uncountable nouns or an. So you use them only before countable nouns. And is it used before singular or plural countable nouns? You use them before the singular countable noun only. And you use them when your noun is not specific. That is, it is not known. You're talking about something that is not known. You use the indefinite article a or an. Now, when to use a? When do you use indefinite article a? You use a before words that begin with a consonant sound, not consonant letter. I think I tried to clarify this in the last lesson. You use your indefinite article a before words that begin with consonant sound. That a word begins with a consonant letter does not mean that it has a consonant sound. For example, you have a boy, a car, a university. I think someone asked this question in the last class, that for university, do you use a or an? Remember, U is a vowel letter, not a vowel sound. So you won't confuse the two that say, oh, but you, I'm supposed to use an before you now. No, you there is a vowel letter, fine. But that doesn't mean that you need to use, what is it called? The indefinite article for vowel letter there. No, you need to know if the sound beginning, that letter, if when you transcribe it, maybe it is going to have a consonant sound or a vowel sound. If it takes a vowel sound, if the word that begins, the letter that begins the word takes a vowel sound, you use the indefinite article an. But if it takes a consonant sound, if it begins with a consonant sound, not consonant letter, please be mindful of that. Then you use what? You use indefinite article a. Now, for your an, you use indefinite article an before words that begin with a vowel sound. An apple, an orange, an umbrella. Good. So now, when you talk about UTME use of English, they are not testing you on spelling. Rather, they are testing you on sound. They want to know if you know when to use your a or when to use your an. They are also testing you on silent letters. For example, in honest. You know, you might be confused as to, am I to use, let's take hour now, hour, H-O-U-R, you know, 2 hours, 3 hours, and all of that. You'll be confused, am I to use a or an before hour? But then knowing what sound it takes, the beginning letter takes, will make you know if you are to use a or an. So for her now, the H there is silent. I think I need to share my screen now. Can you all see my screen, please? Okay. Now I was explaining something. I said, let's take her as an example. Now, if you look at this properly, H here is a Modina Tolayemi, you can't see my screen. Who else cannot see my screen? Who else cannot see my screen, please? If you can see my screen, please thumbs up. Okay, Modina Olayemi, I think you should leave and rejoin, please. Rejoin. Oh, you can see it now. Okay, probably it was your internet connection before, Nigerian factor. All right, so I said, let's take her as an example now. The H here is a consonant sound. Sorry, it's a consonant letter. Sorry, please. That was a mistake. The H here is a consonant letter. Does it mean that I will use A? Will I say a hour or an hour? Now, this is where my transcription comes in. I need to know if this is following a vowel sound. This first letter here, when I transcribe it, will I have a vowel sound or a consonant sound? These things, you might not be able to learn everything, like know how to transcribe every word, like one by one. But when you practice, try to, check up words that can take A and words that can take indefinite article. And then practice with them, practice questions and all of that. You'll be, you'll be the one at the time. So Anna, you have it to be this. You have it to be this. Something like this. And here, this sound you have here, this here is a vowel sound, not a consonant sound. So I won't say because this is a consonant letter now, I have to start with a hour. No. So you rather say an hour. It is taking an because this first letter here, when you transcribe, you have this be this, and this is a vowel sound, not a consonant sound. Good. Now, I'll put out some questions for us to test if we already know about indefinite article A and an before we move to D. So let me put the questions quickly. Question 1. Okay, I have my questions here from question 1 to question 5. From question 1 to 3, you have options there. You have options there. Question 4 and 5, it's for you to fill in. You fill in the option for question 4 and 5. I think question 1 is very, very simple. Question 2 is a bonus question because I just finished explaining something close to this. Question 3 also, I already answered the question on this in the last class. Then question 4 and 5, I think you should be able to do that yourself. So you have just 5 minutes for that. Let me have your answers rolling. Okay, please let's answer these questions together. Okay, I have my answers A and. Okay. Now the first question, my father bought dash car last year. I have A, I have Z. From the answers my learners have been dropping, I think the correct answer to this question is a car. Why? Because when you transcribe this word car, it has a consonant sound. The beginning sound there is a consonant sound. And you use your indefinite article a when you have. Where did you see but? Number 3, answer but. I did not put but in any of the option. I think you have a mistake there. You made a mistake there. No but in the option. So I have, my father bought a car last year. Now for this one, she waited for dash hour before the bus arrived. She waited for dash hour before the bus arrived. I just explained this few minutes ago. So for this, no one should even get a wrong answer here. So I have an hour. He is dash a university student. He is dash a university student. I have this to be A, because when you transcribe university, you have a consonant sound as the beginning letter there. It's a consonant sound, not a vowel sound. Because it is a vowel letter does not mean that it will necessarily be a vowel sound when you transcribe. So I have this to be A. Now she bought dash orange from the market. She bought. Sorry for the break in transmission. Yes, you couldn't hear me because I wasn't talking. Thank you. I am back now. So I have, she bought dash orange from the market. She bought dash orange from the market. Now, we have this to be an, not a orange, an orange. Why? Because you have this to be a vowel, you have it to be a vowel letter, but that does not mean, that is not why we have it to be an. You have it to be an because it's also starting with a vowel sound. When you transcribe, you have a vowel sound as the sound representing this beginning letter. So he saw dash owl on the tree. He saw dash owl on the tree. This now, do we have it to be a or an? We have this to be an because this also, so you have an owl. Yes, an. So kudos to you all. You've all tried. I think we can move to the next one. Let's move to the next one quickly. Today we'll be talking about the definite article the. Please and please don't let it stop here. Those 5 questions are not the only questions you have to practice with. That is why you have your past questions. You can always go back to whatever you have been taught in class across all subjects, then practice, 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 practice. Don't say that. Oh, my own brain is like computer. I am storing everything. Okay, oh, you have to practice. It is just like knowledge without action. When you have knowledge and you're not acting upon that knowledge. So the similitude is just like the person who doesn't have the knowledge at all. So when you know something, you have to act on it and practice it. Now, today we'll be talking about the definite article. We already closed the chapter on indefinite article. Let's move to definite article the. When we talk about definite article the, you use definite article the for specific nouns, unique things, or already known nouns. For specific nouns, unique things, or already known nouns. For example, the boy who won the prize is my cousin. The boy who won the prize is my cousin. Here, it means that the speaker and the listener already have an idea of who the boy is. The speaker and the listener already have an idea who the boy is. The boy who won the prize is my cousin. It is different from saying a boy who won the prize is my cousin. If I say a boy won the prize, it means I do not even know who the boy is. I do not have an idea of who the boy is. But when I say the boy who won the prize is my cousin, it means the speaker and the listener already know who the boy acting as the subject here is. I met the teacher you were talking about. Look at this now, a perfect example. You were talking about a teacher. I already have an idea of the teacher you're talking about. And now I met with the teacher. I met the teacher you were talking about. Also, use your definite article for specific nouns. What do I mean by specific noun? For example, the son. The son. You don't say a son or an son. No. Sorry, for unique things. For unique things. That is, when you say unique things, it means that only one of such thing exists. Only one of such thing exists. Now, you do not have 2 types of sons. Like say, oh, I have the blue sun and the one that is kind of like, orange or something. No, we have just one of it, not 2. So we are talking about unique things. For example, you have the sun. I don't think I have seen anyone that knows 2 suns. Like, oh, I know a blue sun and I know a yellow sun. No, we only have one. Also, the moon. You only have one moon. No matter where you are in the world, you only have one moon. You don't have a blue moon, a green moon, and oh, tomorrow we are going to have a red moon, or you're going to have maybe a rainbow-colored moon. It is not possible. So when you have that thing that is one of its kind, unique things are things that are just one of their kind. You use the to precede them. Now, another thing you use your the for is for superlative adjectives. Let's put that here. So I'm going to put this as number 1. You use it for specific, for unique things, for for the 4th one now, for your superlative adjectives. Now, for the sake of the Amatan, yeah, for the sake of learners like me that might have forgotten about what superlative adjectives are, let's just say something about that. So when we say superlative adjective is that adjective that describes a noun as having the highest degree or quality. When you mention 3 or more, that one that takes the highest degree or quality is the superlative adjective. For example, tall, taller, tallest. Now, the one with the highest quality there is tallest. So tallest there is a superlative adjective. Big, bigger, biggest. Biggest there is the superlative adjective. I hope I have reminded you of what superlative adjectives are now. For those of us that have forgotten what superlative adjectives are. So it is that adjective which is used to express the highest degree of comparison. When you're comparing between 2 or more, 2, 3 or more things, the on there is superlative to precede superlative adjectives. You precede superlative adjectives with definite article D. For example, we have James is the most handsome boy most handsome. Now, good. The biggest tower in the world is in United Arab Emirates. Good. Biggest. The biggest. From big, bigger, and biggest. Now, for this, we preceded most handsome, which is our superlative adjective here. Most handsome with the definite article D. Now, for this one, we have handsome, more handsome, and most handsome. So, most is a superlative adjective here, preceded with the definite article V. There's nothing like handsome. You know, some people will say, handsome, handsomer, handsomest. No, there's nothing like that. Please, whenever they are saying that, don't join them to say it, please. Otherwise, I'll just locate you where you are and swallow you. Let's continue. Now, you use them before your superlative adjectives. It is now left to you to know the superlative adjective form of what? Of words. Now, for number 5, you also use your definite article to precede names of newspapers and magazines. Precede names of newspapers and magazines with definite article V. Do we still read newspapers? My learners, do you still read newspapers? Yeah, giving me a thumbs up, thumbs down. I know most of the learners I have here do not even read newspapers anymore. Online newspaper. When was the last time you read online newspaper? When was the last time? So you use the definite article D to precede names of newspapers and magazine. For example, The Guardian. We have The Guardian. The person that typed online newspaper. Oh, yeah, mentioned the online newspaper that you do read. What is the name? You have The Punch. The Guardian, The Punch. You have another one also, The Daily Times. I did not see your response anymore. Benny Beko Adeniyi. You said you do read an online newspaper. What is the name? Does not have a name. Your online newspaper is fake. Okay, any question for me, please? The Daily Post. Okay, any question, please? Elena raised the hand now. Okay, that was a mistake. Sports. Sports. Is that the name of a newspaper? So you don't say I want to buy. Maybe you were sent on an errand to get a newspaper now. You don't say, give me Punch. Give me Punch care. In fact, angry Nigerians will just start landing punches on your face, left, right, and center. So you say The Punch. The Vanguard. Thank you. So you know The Vanguard. You are already old. Another thing, you precede your Tribune. Where are you getting these old names from? Another thing you use your definite article for. You use definite article for The Nation. Thank you. You use definite article for when you're mentioning, is it correct to say the most good-looking guy is here? The most good-looking guy is here. Okay, let's quickly answer that question. Most good-looking, Bibao. Now, you would ask yourself this question again. Before you can say the most good-looking guy, do you know the superlative form for that? You have good. We are talking about look. So what do you use? You can use the most handsome guy instead. So when you are talking about good and it appears inside an adjective, when you are talking about good and it appears inside an adjective, it is better you consider using best or most. It is better you consider using best or better. Though good looking, when you say good looking, that is a compound adjective. The most good looking guy is here. It is actually correct. It is grammatically correct to say the most good looking guy is here. Why? Because good looking is a compound adjective. It is grammatically correct to say the most good looking guy is here. But then it is not the only form. It can also come in another form. So you can just have it to be the most handsome guy is here, just like the example I have here. James is the most handsome boy in the class. You can also have it here to be James is the most good-looking boy in the class. So both are grammatically correct, but it is better to just stick with this one. I hope I have answered your question. Thank you. We learn every day. Now, when you also mention more than two people or things, when you mention more than two people or things, the one known better should have the before the name. What do I mean by that? When you mention two or more people or things, Now, I'll back this up with an example. When two or more people or things are mentioned, the one known better should take the. You would agree with me that you can have more than a person answering the same name. For example, now, let's take one popular name. I have Wole Soyinka. You know, it is possible for another person to also be a Wole Soyinka, apart from the popular Wole Soyinka we know. Yes or no? Good. Just like I have Lawal Rodia, Amino Dosumu. In fact, I've actually seen someone that answers the same name and surname as mine. The same name and surname. The only thing that differentiates the two names is just the middle one, the middle name. So we have different middle names. And I've actually seen another person that answers the same name and, you know, what do they call this? We have different surnames though. That is just what differentiates us. We have different surname, but we answer the same name. So it is possible for you to have more than a person answering the same name. Now, when you have when two or more people or things are mentioned, the one known better should take the. For example, I spoke to one Wole of Lagos City Hall. I want to mention Wole Soyinka now. Let's take the popular Wole Soyinka as an example. I spoke to one Wole Soyinka of Lagos City. And not the Wole Soyinka. Now look at it. Now in this example, I mentioned two Wole Soyinkas. I have one Wole Soyinka that is not popularly known, and I have another Wole Soyinka that is known better to everyone. If I want to mention more than a person or thing with the same name, I would take my definite article will precede the one that is known better. I spoke to one Wole Soyinka of Lagos City and not the Wole Soyinka of the Nobel laureate fame. I hope you understand this. I hope you understand this rule. So please, this is the correct spelling of this. This is the correct spelling, not Nobel laureate. We have one to be like this. So this one is wrong. This one here is correct. While this other spelling is wrong. The Nobel there is right, but the other one is wrong. So you have this to be this. So when you have two or more people or things mentioned, the one known better should take definite article D. Okay. Other things that take definite article D are proper nouns. When you talk about proper nouns, plural proper nouns, for example, the Midlands, the Netherlands, the Himalayas, and all. Also, names of organizations. Names of organizations should be preceded with definite article V. Names of organization. Also, titles. Titles. The governor of Lagos State, the governor of Osun State. You don't say a governor, no, because it is known. It is a title. the governor of Osun State, the vice president of Nigeria, the chief of army staff, the Oni of Ife, the Timi of Ede, so that people of Osun State do not come and arrest me that I did not mention. People of Ede, not come and arrest me that I did not mention Timi of Ede. Is it Timi or Timi? Just manage anyone like that. So titles also. For titles, you precede titles with definite article. The Oni of Ife, the governor of Osun State is here. The president knows us. I know how to write it. I am just asking for the correct pronunciation. I know it is Timi and not Timi. The Olubadan of Ibadan. Thanks for repping your. Are you from Ibadan? I think you are repping your rep. I know. All right. So when you talk about musical instruments too, so for this we have the Olubadan. We have the Oni. etc. Ataoja of Oshogbo. Okay, oh, I've heard you. Thanks for that. Now, musical instruments too. You precede musical instruments with definite article, the. You have the piano. So, she plays the piano, not she plays a piano or she plays an piano, no. She plays the piano. He can play the guitar. So you have the guitar. Good. Now, also names of rivers, seas, oceans, mountain, deserts. You use article D to precede them. Rivers, oceans, sea, mountain. So you say the river Niger. You have the Atlantic Ocean. You have the Sahara Desert and like that, like that, like that. When you talk about names of families, also you precede them with definite article D, names of family. For example, the Ashimis. Maybe you have a family name that is Ashimi or Ashimi or something like that. So you precede this with the when you're talking about the family generally, the Ashimis, the Oluwoles, the Johnsons, the Jubrils. So you precede family names with definite article the. Now, if you have any question, please keep your question coming. If you have any question for me, I'm ready to answer your questions now. If you have any question for me, please let's have the questions. Any question, any question, any question before I give you my own questions. Ask your question now. Any question, please? Okay, no question. Good. Let me write out my question. What words that are associated with construction, like the concrete, the slab? Now, if you are talking about the concrete that you already know, maybe people working in that construction area or construction company, they already know the slab the person is talking about. So you can say, go get me the slab, make the concrete and all of that. So you already know the slab, you have an idea of the slab and the concrete the person, the speaker is talking about. That is why I said definite article. When you say definite article, it is used for something specific, something the listener and the reader already have, and the speaker already have an idea about. Something you already have an idea of. For example, now if I call on someone, oh, give me the Oh. Hi, learners. Sorry for the break in transmission. That was one of the Nigerian factors. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop the question. You have the question, you check the channel for the question, not the YouTube channel, the WhatsApp channel. I'll drop the question and I will drop the link to the WhatsApp channel on the group. So you can check the question there. Then you put your what is it called? Put your answers. So we'll continue from here in the next class, and I'll see you in the next class. All right, take good care of yourself. If you have any question also, you can drop your question. If you have any question, you can drop your question. I'll see you in the next one.